what I've seen.
What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to show you guys how to do the stunts that Spider-Man does in the new PS4 game. If you guys want to see me recreate all the crazy stunts from that game, you can click right over here. So the first stunt that I'm going to show you guys is when Spider-Man uses a dive roll to dodge a big object. So before learning the dive roll, we're just going to learn the normal shoulder roll, which is basically the same thing just without the jump. So the shoulder roll is going to look like this. We're going to start low on the ground with our feet together, and then we're going to put both hands on the ground towards one side. So I'm going to be rolling over my left shoulder, so I'm going to put my hands towards the right side like this. So at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll from one side of my back to the other. So I'm going to start by rolling over the left shoulder and then going onto the right side of my back. So at first we're going to start by rolling slowly. So you're just going to push off of your legs and go over the shoulder just like I showed you guys. So it's going to look like this. So once you're comfortable with that move, we're going to jump into it to do the dive roll. So we're going to jog into it to get a bit of momentum and then do a jump, and it's going to be the exact same thing. So it's going to look like this. You're going to take a couple steps, jump, and then do the shoulder roll. And once you're comfortable doing that, then we can really have some fun, and you can play around with the trick to get more height or more distance with it. And I'll show you guys a couple of examples. So the next stunt that I'm going to show you guys how to do is when Spider-Man does a speed vault over a desk. So for the speed vault, the first thing you want to do is pick which side you want to go on. I'm going to be using my left hand, which also means that I'm going to jump off my left foot and also land with my left foot. So you're going to start off by finding yourself an obstacle that's not too tall for this one. You can even go shorter than this if you want to practice, and then you're going to jog at it at a medium speed. So you're going to want to put your last step about 1 foot or 2 before the obstacle. So since I'm using my left hand, I'm going to put my left foot. If you're using your right hand, you're going to put your right foot. So you're going to jump off of that leg and then put one hand on the obstacle, and on the other side of it, you're going to land on that same leg. So it's called the speed vault because you keep a lot of speed as you're doing it, which means you're going to want to land 1 foot at a time so that you can keep running after. So the next stunt that I'm going to show you guys how to do is when Spider-Man is fighting a boss and he uses a butterfly kick to kick him in the face. So the great thing about the butterfly kick is that it's really easy to progress into it, and you also don't need much momentum to go into it. So you're going to start off with your legs separated like this, and then you're going to dip your chest towards the opposite direction that you're going to go. I'm going to go towards the left, so I'm going to start by dipping my chest towards the right. So as you dip your chest, you're going to bring it down here and then bring it back up on the other side. And as you're bringing your chest back up on the other side, you're going to jump with your inner leg and then kick with your outer leg. So when you kick with your outer leg, you're going to try to aim for in front of you. So when I'm kicking, I'm going to try to aim towards there. So the faster you kick, the faster you're going to do the flip, and the easier it's going to be to get back on your feet. So make sure that you kick with your leg as hard as you can, and you can actually spot the ground the entire time during this movement. And once you land, you're going to land 1 foot at a time with the kicking leg landing first. So it's going to look a little bit like this. The next stunt that I'm gonna show you guys how to do is when Spider-Man does what we call a Valdez, or a one-handed back handspring. So this one's also an easy one to progress into, and you also don't necessarily need a back handspring before you do it. But before you try this trick, don't forget to stretch your wrists, because you're gonna have your entire body weight on one hand. So we're gonna start off this trick by being crouched low on the ground like this. Then you're gonna take the hand that you pick and you're gonna put it behind you like this. So as a progression, we're gonna start by just trying to push off of our feet, jump, and getting it on the other side of our hand like this. So already we pretty much did what Spider-Man did, except that his legs were a little straighter and his legs also went over his head a little more. So we're gonna keep drilling that exact same movement, but to make it look more like Spider-Man, we're gonna focus on trying to get our legs more over our head instead of around the side. So if you feel comfortable with that and it doesn't hurt your wrist, then you can start trying to straighten out your legs to make it look extra like Spider-Man. So the next stunt that I'm gonna show you guys how to do is when Spider-Man does a backflip layout off the hood of a car.
And from what I've seen,
so obviously before learning how to do a backflip layout, you're gonna wanna learn to do a normal backflip. To do that, I suggest you guys go to a trampoline park or a local gymnastics center because you don't wanna hurt yourself. So first I'm gonna show you guys how to do a backflip, aka a back tuck. Then I'll show you guys how to turn it into a backflip layout. So for the backflip, you're gonna start by swinging your arms backwards as you bend your knees. This is to wind up for the jump. So it's gonna look like this. So we're gonna practice doing the jump a few times just to get ourselves warmed up. So you're gonna do that by bringing your arms backwards, bending your knees, and then swinging your arms up as fast as you can as you jump. So it's gonna look like this. So once your body's in the air, you're gonna bring your knees to your chest and your hands to your knees as fast as possible, because that's what's gonna give you the flip. Don't forget that the tighter you tuck, the faster you're gonna flip. The tuck is when you're in this position in the air. At about halfway in the flip, you're gonna be able to see the ground to open up from your tuck position so you can land the backflip. If you guys want to see Spider-Man showing Spider-Gwen how to do a backflip in a more in-depth tutorial, you can click the button right here. So once you're really comfortable with the backflip, we can finally turn it into a backflip layout. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find yourself a little obstacle to do it off of, because it's much easier with a bit of height. So just like the backflip, you're going to wind up for the jump by swinging your arms and bending your knees. But where it becomes different is by using our shoulders and our hips more. So since I'm not using the tuck to flip fast, I'm gonna have to whip my shoulders as hard as I can as I swing my arms, and also push with my hips upwards. And at that point, you can keep your legs behind you like this if you want to look like Spider-Man, and you just land the same way you do for a backflip. Thank you guys for checking out my video. I hope that you learned a trick or two. If you want to see more videos like this, you can click the subscribe button right here. If you guys want to check out all my crazy clothing, you can click over here. If you want to see another video like this one, click the button over here. If you want to see my latest video, you can click right here. And as usual, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.